My stock been going up like a crescendo. Did y'all boys not get the memo? Anything I got is not a rental. I own that mo. What's up, my dudes? We got the 2023 Denver RF track review. RF, you finally did it, bro. You made a good enough track for me to come back to the pro racing. I will be trying to pro race at the finale round 450 RF pro racing. Spency boy is back, dog. We're going to see if we can do it. I don't know what all I have to do it. I know I have to go in there and figure out what my number's going to be and all that kind of stuff because I haven't pro raced in like 2-3 years in the game. So I'll have to get in there and see what all I have to do, but I don't even think there was enough people that signed up in the 450 class for this round for you to like really have to qualify. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't even more than 40 people. So I don't think getting in like that's going to be a problem. I ended up running a 46 lap time on this track right here. So that's what even made me think to get back into the pro racing a little bit. But yeah, and the fact that this track, this is probably the hardest whoop section of any of the RF tracks since like the 2017 days. That was a big thing right there. This track for some reason feels like it's got that, you can really start to separate yourself on the track. If you're, 450 pro level, you can really hit some different lines. There's quads all over the place on this track. It definitely feels like this track is more to that old school kind of vibe where there's all different kind of line options. It doesn't just feel like you're limited everywhere on the track. There's 2 or 3, 4 different quads you can hit in that one rhythm. There's a quad you can actually hit in this rhythm, but I don't think it's faster. There's a quad, 2 different quads you can hit in the very first rhythm. It does kind of seem like the quads are a little bit smaller than they would have been like in 2017. They almost feel like you can hit them on some of the like if you're really fast on a 250, you can probably hit some of these quads. But still yet, there's at least some different line options. The whoops are big enough to where it'll actually separate you if you're a faster player in the game. It seems like a lot of their tracks they had in there from the past few years, the whoops just haven't really been up to size to really feel like pro level whoops. But very differently here with this track, these are some pro level whoops right here, dog. One aspect of it is there's such a long whoop section that you really got to know how to stay on it through them, and they're peaked out enough to where you can't just sissy out halfway through the whoops and expect to still get through them. It's got that combination of the whoops are peaked out enough, plus they're long enough, plus the dirt is not so soft like it was on some of their tracks earlier in the year. I mean, it just feels, I don't know, it just feels like everything about these tracks have just slowly but surely started to get a little bit more like that 2017 day original old school MX Simulator RF Supercross track kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying, bro? Spency boys on one. Holy shit, bro. We're T-sipping. We're ripping. Woo! Okay, so yeah, this track, of course, could have used some pre-made ruts. That would have been fun. That only would have made the track better. But as far as like just overall difficulty and the ability to be able to separate yourself on the track, I feel like there's a pretty good little amount of that. There's a couple spots it kind of feels like it's faster to go inside, and you really got to have a lot of patience and be able to corner the bike really tight and still be able to get on the gas and hook the bike up out of a quick little jump right out of the corner. I feel like this track kind of tests you in a lot of ways. It's got some high speed sections, like after the finish line, coming around the corner and then hitting the next corner. It's got some really slow, tight sections. It kind of tests you in a few different ways. This one right here definitely is one of the better ones of the year, if not the best one of the year. They finally, like I said, started getting back into the more realistic dirt decals. They've gotten away from that bizarre shit like they had on the first 4 or 5 rounds. You know what I'm talking about, that bullshit Erode looking, basic looking crap. Finally, they've started to give us more of these realistic dirt decals back. Finally, they're starting to give us some actual pro level whoops back that take a little bit of skill. You know, finally they're giving us some rhythms back. You know, oh shit, it's kind of crazy. Isn't that what Spency Boy's been saying about this shit? Like the past 4 years, 3 years? Kind of crazy, isn't it? Oh, it's funny, isn't it? Man. So, and you can make tracks like this, and they work. Yeah, it's going to be a little more difficult for a beginner to get around these whoops or get around a track like this. Yes, it is. But that's why it's a pro-level track. Okay? I still think they could have made these jump peaks a little bit more peaked out. They could have made the finish line a little bit longer and some more pre-made ruts and character. Then it would have been like, quote-unquote, perfect in my eyes. But, you know, it's still kind of missing a little bit of that. But it is a lot better than what they've been doing, you know, like earlier in the year and last year and the year before. It actually seems like they're finally starting to work into something here, bro. Got a little trick line right there, a little jump through the corner. You gotta be careful not to get cuts right there. Yeah, so Spency Boy's gonna be get back into this shit. We'll see what I can do, man. I'm definitely planning on racing 450 Pro outdoors this year as well. I wasn't even planning on racing any Supercross, but this track just happens to be to a certain level. It's got me wanting to at least get in there and see what I can do in that final round. I know it's an East-West shootout, so I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see if I can get in there. Like I say, it's been so long since I've even done the pro racing shit. Bro, I've forgotten about so much stuff, but we'll slowly but surely be getting back into that pro racing on MXM. Should be a lot of fun, man. Slowly getting that next level skill back in the game. Slowly starting to get it again. I changed my gearing a little bit. It's got me more stable in these whoops. Bike's not sliding out on me as much. But yeah, that's how you build a whoop section, RF. Like, there's a lot of guys just can't get through them. I was running it on my server on MXM with my team guys, and a lot of guys can't even get through these shits because they're more like beginner players. Just like if you had beginner riders in real life and you put them on a pro-level Supercross track with whoops, it would be the exact same way. You don't want to be making these tracks where everybody and their grandma can get around them. That's not what pro Supercross tracks are. So finally, seems like somebody over there in the RF track building department actually used their brains just a little bit to actually make the track to some kind of a difficulty. I swear it's like, feels like it's been such a struggle to get RF to even get these tracks to this point. Like, it has been a hell of a road the past few years. It's been a hell of a struggle. Thank God I couldn't really pro race in this game for the past couple years. But everything seems to be kind of timing out right, where I'm getting back into the pro racing as they're making better and better tracks here again. So, seems to be working out pretty good, guys. Either way, man, definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about this track. And if you want to get on the team or Discord or get in there and play with us, all you got to do is send me a message on Instagram at Spencer Turley, no spaces and no capital letters, and I will get you in there, bro. Okay, so overall, I'm going to give this track like a 8, probably like an 8 out of 10, and the difficulty is probably hard, medium to hard, somewhere around there. I'm not going to say it's like crazy hard. I don't think it's like that, but it's like medium to hard difficulty. What would boost it up to that real hard difficulty and like a 10 out of 10 would have been like making these rhythm section jumps just a little bit more peaked, putting some character here and there, some inside ruts here and there, you know, on top of some of these tabletops. You could have a little bit of character, little bit of where the actual jump faces and obstacles are not, you know, 100% perfectly built, like perfectly smooth. You know what I'm saying? That would have added just a little bit to it, even with you running the Erode system. And you could have done a little bit of character in these whoops to give them just a little bit more of a challenge, and made like the finish line jump longer. It's kind of weird and short for the amount of speed you can get to it. That finish line should have been extended just like another 10, 15 foot, and it would have been solid. But yeah, other than that though, I felt like everything else is pretty good on the track. There's line options there. You can go inside, outside. Ricky Carmichael, you know what it is, bro. Inside, outside, outside, inside, brothers. Appreciate you watching all the videos. Later, dude.